Have you ever wondered about what the world around us is made of? From the strong and tough steel we use to make buildings, to the soft and flexible PET plastic we use for water bottles. Why are different things made of different materials? Moreover, how do we make these materials that virtually shape the society around us? Well, if you're like me, then you should also be interested in material science and engineering. Hi there, my name is Gusaimas Matahachiro Hanggoro Himawan Akbar, but people usually call me by my nickname, Ago. Yes, it's pronounced like long time ago. I am an awardee for the Indonesian International Student Mobility Award or IISMA Scholarship given by the Indonesian Ministry of Education. As of right now, I am studying at Newcastle University in the UK. I am taking the ENG 1006 module on the properties and behavior of engineering materials. Before we get ahead of ourselves, what exactly is material science and engineering? To get a good understanding of this, let us consult the so-called Bible equivalent for this field of study. We looked at the textbook titled Fundamentals of Material Science and Engineering by Callister and Rethwish. Here we see that material science refers to the investigation of relationships that exist between the structures and properties of materials, whereas materials engineering refers to the design and engineering of materials to produce a predetermined set of properties. Combining both definitions, we can conclude that material science and engineering is the study of relationships that exist between the structures and properties of materials that are ultimately used as a means to engineer and synthesize materials with specific desired properties. This is cool and all, but really, why should the average person care about this? Well, who would have thought that the things we use in our daily lives are made of materials? Think of it this way. We live in a society that is solely dependent on many tools and technology. And if we take a look back into the past, the development of civilization has always gone hand in hand with the advancements in materials. From the Stone Age, to the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, and now the Information Age, governed by silicon semiconductors. In other words, the study of materials is intrinsically intertwined with society as a whole. With that in mind, it's no wonder that the study of material science and engineering is critical for the whole of mankind. Now, with that out of the way, let's take a deep dive into the different types and classification of engineering materials. Fundamentally, there are 4 different types of materials in this world. Metals, which have crystalline and ordered structures made of metallic bonds. Polymers, macromolecules made of small repeating units that produce amorphous or semi-crystalline materials dominated by covalent bonds and secondary bonds. Ceramics, derived from the Greek word kramikos, or burnt stuff, are compounds between metallic and non-metallic elements formed through ionic bonds. Last but not least are composites, which are a cross of 2 or more of the 3 previously mentioned materials. So those are the 4 fundamental engineering materials. Now the next crucial thing to understand is the philosophy of material science and engineering. The core fundamentals behind this field of study can be summarized in the following diagram, commonly known as the tetrahedron or paradigm of material science and engineering, which looks something like this. This diagram illustrates the 4 distinct yet interdependent aspects of material science, which are processing, structure, properties, and performance. This paradigm summarizes the protocol of selecting, designing, and engineering materials for specific and well-defined applications. Now then, I'm the type of person who understands things better with concrete examples. Let's have a thought experiment now. Considering the paradigm of material science and engineering, let's think of what's in common between a soda and the fuselage of a Boeing 737-800 airplane. Can you guess what it is? It's the material, aluminum. It's remarkable to think that both the soda can and fuselage are made of aluminum. You can crush a can by simply pressing and twisting on it, but a plain fuselage? Well, the thing can withstand enormous amounts of pressure. Despite being made of the same thing, what's with the difference in performance? Well, to understand this, you gotta first look under a microscope and see the microstructure of both of these components. Aluminum soda cans are made by first punching a circular blank from sheet aluminum, which is drawn into a cup with reduced wall thickness. This process makes the microstructure anisotropic, which is just a cooler way of saying that the grain structure is severely distorted as it is drawn and pulled toward a singular direction. On the other hand, the aluminum used in airplane fuselages is a bit special. Back in the late 1940s, we would call this alloy super dur aluminum. However, nowadays, we would simply call it as the 7075 series of aluminum alloys. This type of aluminum alloy is special as it has been alloyed with zinc and many other elements, making it incredibly strong yet light alloy. And if we look under a microscope, we can see that there are many small and dispersed dots or precipitates in the structure of the material. These precipitates tremendously increase the strength and performance of the aluminum alloy, and is formed through a special heat treatment procedure known as precipitation hardening. Thus, despite being made of the same base metal, the performance of a soda can and a plain fuselage can vary astronomically, all thanks to specific microstructures brought upon by different processing procedures. That is the end of the video. I hope you get to learn a couple of new things and leave with a new perspective on material science and engineering. Cheers!